Effortlessly charming and a classic, that is how many would still describe the original Ni no Kuni. A perfect collaboration between developers Level 5 and the legendary animation house Studio Ghibli.
The fairy tale of that game was a masterclass in storytelling, and without Studio Ghibli's involvement in the sequel, Ni no Kuni II Revenant Kingdom, there is a sense of casualness and lack of focus, against a backdrop of excellent combat and an amazingly addictive city building sim. This pervasive indifference can be seen throughout much of the game's 40-odd hour story. While the first game weaved a tale that captivates and pushes you along, Ni no Kuni II becomes a tedious cycle of fetch quests and recruiting allies, while attempting to right the wrongs of a fractured land. It would have been much more palatable if it did not throw a mishmash of themes and ideas, without a coherent focus that ties everything together. With his kingdom gone, much of Ni no Kuni II is spent trying to establish a better city-state. Evan's loss and his tireless ambition to create an everlasting happily ever after is infectious, and players will soon find themselves gleefully awaiting the next finished facility or an upgrade to be completed. It all ties into the general gameplay as well, providing players with improved and new abilities, gear, quests, and more delightful banter to be had. There is plenty of combat in Ni no Kuni II, and it is an excellent display of systems and design that does not get old, no matter how far players are into the story. Eschewing the first iteration's balance of movement in real time and turn-based planning, combat here is all action and chaotic in the best way.
The triumvirate of weapons, armor, and skills are ripe for experimentation, leading to devastating combinations that can help players tackle harder enemies. Aside from your party, Evan is also joined by the magical Higgledy-Piggledies, adorable elemental beings who can lend a hand in combat in the most charming of ways. The Higgledy-Piggledies are unpredictable, charming, and powerful, and can often be the missing element that can turn the tide. Outside of the small-scale fights, there are also RTS-like army skirmishes on the overworld. Pick from 4 different varieties of units, range, spears, swords, or hammers, who will then surround Evan.
Combat is initiated when opposing forces come into range, and the rock-paper-scissors nature of weaknesses and strengths of the units will require your defrotation of your army. Ni no Kuni II Revenant Kingdom is quite unlike its predecessor, but more than makes up for it in complementary systems, a dangerously addictive city simulator, and wonderful combat. It contains the usual JRPG trope of innumerable things to do and gather, but for all the hours that were spent, they were utterly enjoyable. While not as charming the second time around, thrilling combat and engrossing city builder makes Ni no Kuni II Revenant Kingdom a worthwhile epic.